But the last thing I want to talk about here in my set is I love little quirks in language. Like, for example, in Spanish, the word for potato and the Pope are spelled the same. There's a disaster waiting to happen with some tourist who goes to a restaurant and orders a burger with French fried Pope. Although, to be fair, Pope chips sounds like a marketing blitz waiting to happen. And baked Pope sounds like a Catholic sitcom from the 60s. You know, speaking of potatoes and pronunciation, and I never thought I would be able to use that phrase, speaking of potatoes and pronunciation. I love that song, You Say Potato and I Say Potato, except the problem is, who the fuck has ever said potato? That's not a pronunciation. I think the only person who has ever pronounced it potato is the person who wrote the song You Say Potato and I Say Potato. And he was tired of people making fun of his weird pronunciation. Again, with pronunciation, you know, I'm always really confused when watching the BBC News, because sometimes they pronounce things differently, and it shakes my world, because I assume that they're right, because they're British and on the BBC. And even if it's something I'm really, really familiar with, I start freaking out that I've been pronouncing it wrong the whole time. So they'll say something like, this past week, United States President Barack Obama went to the... Are we all wrong? Does the BBC know something we don't know? But the best little quirk in language I've ever heard was, I was in Ireland one summer, and apparently in Ireland, the word for mosquitoes is midgets. Which I didn't know. It was very confusing, seeing people walk down the street going, damn midgets. But the weirdest was, the time I first learned about this, I went into the hotel room, and there was a little note sitting on the desk when you came in, and it said, please remember to lock all of your windows at night.
Oh, Jesus.
Or the midgets will come in and bite you. Alright, that's my